So imagine, you're 21 years old, you finished 2 years of college at the University of Tennessee, you've married your sweetheart Adeline, and America goes to war. And you answer the call. And you go to be trained as a pilot. That's what Mr. Richardson did. Thomas Richardson went, he was the top of his class, the top cadet in his class, top pilot, and he went on over to be in England in the 303rd. He was the first B-17 pilot of the 8th Air Force, is that correct? He was then known as the lucky pilot because he flew 16 missions. Nobody was hurt in his crew. He took care of everybody, an expert pilot. And then the 17th mission happened. And on the 17th mission, they received fire on the aircraft. He crashed. He landed it. Not one crew member was hurt. They crawled out of the aircraft. Here's the crew.
We enjoy a legacy that was fostered by that spirit. So with that, I have a little presentation from David Golfing, Chief of Staff of the Air Force. He wrote this letter here. I'm not going to read it, but essentially it talks to Thomas's spirit and his integrity and the legacy that we get to enjoy today because of that. So on behalf of General Golfing, Chief of Staff of the Air Force, I would like to present this to the family.
We are losing treasures that are dying by the day. And yet, you know, as a family, we just sort of took for granted things Dad would talk about. Pam didn't mention who he was a prisoner of war of. I don't know if he was a prisoner of war of the Russians, and he was kept by the Russians until they released him in Odessa.
From right out of school to a very small amount of time training to the time that they were put to war is nothing like what we go through today. We are trained to the highest standard today, and I really can't imagine what it would be like for those young men. But they had incredible patriotism. They were heroes, warriors. No doubt they were the greatest generation.
It means a lot to me, primarily from the standpoint of one of our greatest generations was recognized for what he did for this country. And there are others that need to be recognized and thanked as well. And I just appreciate it. I feel bad that we haven't done more in the past, and it's always better late than never. So he would have been very, very appreciative because he realized that he was not the only one, and he'd be the first to tell you that there were so many others as well who gave not only their lives but their whole being for this country.